Here we go, here we go, here we go. Woo! Hey, 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 yo. Hey, hey. You know that's all I give y'all. Yo. I know some people be like, yo, why do you just play 15 seconds of a beat? I be like, yo, because this is not the beat show. This is the Mad Lucrative Podcast, and I am your host, Magneto 7, in the building. So check it out, check it out. I hope y'all week was amazing. My week was amazing as usual, as usual. Now I ain't gonna lie, my day was trash. Yo, okay, so let me tell you about my day. I know y'all asked, so I'm gonna tell you. So I'm in the middle of doing a nice purchase of a property, and I'm in between going back and forth with the lender and all that stuff. And if you didn't know, I'm not trying to talk about real estate this episode. I got a lot of stuff to talk about this episode. But anyway, just listen. So I'm going back and forth with the lender. And 101, if you are out here trying to buy a property, and they run your credit and all that good stuff, and they say, yeah, we're not going to run your credit again the whole duration of this process. You're just going to get the loan and you're good. Go ahead and buy the property. Don't listen to that. That is a lie. Listen, last Friday, I got the big bomb dropped on me. Yo, and that wasn't a good bomb either. So I asked the lender, I was like, yo, so, y'all gonna pull the credit again? They were like, nah, we good. And the way I work for my businesses, I pay a lot of my either management fees, my media team, anybody that I have to pay a monthly fee to as a service. Yeah, I pay people. To do certain things. So all of those things, I normally try to pay it on my credit card. Then I pay it off at the end of the month. Helps build your credit. You're good. But in this case, it bit me in the ass. Yo, I got to give myself a boo too. Yeah, it was trash. So I find out that indeed they do run your credit again before getting... Even if it's an equity loan, they're going to run your credit again. So word to the wise, if you're out here trying to shop for a property, you got your credit straight, you in that 650 and up, 700 club, whatever, make sure you don't occupy none of your credit while you're in the middle of closing on the big purchase. Whether it's, normally a car is like 1 day, but if you're on the property, it's going to take at least like 30 days. Everybody just say close in 2 days. They're lying. They are lying. Like you have to run the tax records to make sure that the house is free and clear. Then you have to make sure that you're going in conjunction to the lender. If they ask you for more records and all that stuff, you got to provide that stuff. So this 2-day close stuff, they're lying. Now if you come in with some cash, it's still not gonna be 2 days because you gotta run the tax. I can't think of the word right now, Lord. The tax history of the house that lets you know who owns the house. Make sure you know it's free and clear, all of that stuff. So don't occupy the credit. What that means is don't charge nothing on none of your credit cards while you're in the middle of trying to close on a big deal. So anyway, let's start it back up. Let me give you a clap. So, that was my week. Nevertheless, we are closing. Huh? Yeah. So, over the weekend, me and wifey watched a documentary, and I was just like, yo, I gotta talk about this on the pod because of course, my whole aim for the podcast is to make sure that I'm edifying and building up the artistic community, whether that's the music, whether that's the visual artists, whether that's singers, any of that. Like, I'm here for y'all to make sure that y'all are aware of a lot of things. So I looked at the documentary, right? The name of the documentary, and I'm not getting paid for this, it's the History Channel. But anyway, if it's on Hulu if you're looking for it. The name of it is Food That Built America. Yo, this joint right here, look, yo, they get, yes, that joint straight fire. So let me break it down. Let me give you a quick synopsis of what the show is about, and then I'm going to kind of backtrack and let y'all know how I want y'all to view it when you go look at it, because I'm sure you're going to go look at it because I asked you to, right? Yeah. So the show is about all of these great inventors that invented things that America pretty much ate off of, and that America pretty much just adopted. Either it's the process, the brand, just everything that pushed the economy of America. Straight fire. The first one, yo, so the show starts with showing you Kellogg's. If you don't know the history of this, and I am going to spoil it, so go back and listen. If you are one of those people that don't want to hear the story, just fast forward this part, go to the end of it. But Kellogg's comes up, and it shows that he's this doctor, right? He popping. He out here in these streets. He's serving all of the official meds of that time. We talking about 1800s. He's serving the meds. He got all of the patients at his little facilities. He's showing them how to do yoga and all this stuff. So they're like, yo, he's dope. He got books and all this stuff, right? But he got a brother. His brother's kind of the polar opposite. Like, the family didn't have enough money to put the brother through college to be a doctor and all that stuff. So he kind of was like the bystander, if you may. So the brother has the idea to start serving the cereal that Kellogg's, which, yes, we are talking about Kellogg's cereal, the brand. But the brother has the idea to serve the cereal that the patients are eating to the masses in the public. Because he's like, yo, it's bags on the floor. We could be getting all these bags, and you over here wilding. Like, bro, let's get to this paper. So the brother, which is the doctor, more prestige and all this stuff, he like, yo, I don't want to do that. You ain't going to hoe out my cereal. Like, bro, no. Like, don't even bring that to me no more, bro. So, nevertheless, it's a patient in there. I can't remember the first name, but the last name is Post. I'm going to see if y'all know where this is going. So, Post, the patient last name Post, he's getting better. He got mental illnesses, all this stuff going on, and he's practicing how to be at one with himself from Dr. Kellogg's. But he sees the brother over here kind of like, yo, why we ain't selling this cereal? And, we could be making bags. Post like, yo, I hear buddy over here. Let me get that. So Post go up. He writes down all of the notes and all this stuff. He takes a little sample, kind of like a little dime bag worth of cereal. Skates off. He says, "Oh, I'm a patient, but I'm better now. I don't have to be here no more. I'm good." Keep in mind, Post had a background for being a small businessman, but he ain't had too much success, right? So fast forward, Post put the same cereal out that Kellogg's used to serve. Now we got Post cereal, like all of the grain cereals that we like from Post, like all of the nut grain, all that stuff. Nevertheless, Post go out here and make a bag. Kellogg, the brother over here, still like, nah, we ain't gonna serve it. The other brother like, yeah, we got to get to this bag. Buddy done stole our stuff, bruh. He done stole everything that we done did. So, like, what we gonna do about this, bro? We gonna retaliate? Y'all know I'm paraphrasing. He ain't say this in the 1800s. Yo, we gonna retaliate or we gonna get this bad, bro. What we doing? So, nevertheless, a series of events happened. The insane asylum, whatever the name, it's like a practice. It burnt down. Brother buys the brand for I think like $100,000. A lot of stuff transpired. I don't want to tell you the rest of the story because y'all gotta go watch it. Like, it's real good. But then we fast forward. I'm gonna go straight to Hershey's. Yeah, I'm gonna go because there's a lot more brands in there. Like, we talking about like Heinz ketchup. We talking about Hershey's. We talking about Coca-Cola. Like KFC. It's a real dope documentary. But anyway, for this discussion, I'm gonna go to Hershey's. So Hershey's had just sold some other invention or brand that he came up with for $1 million. We talking about 1800s. $1 million this man sold his company for. So he like, yo, I want to make sure that we go through and get, this other brand popping. I got an idea to sell this stuff called chocolate that I just had. I tasted it in Europe, right? But I think we could do it in America. And I'm gonna make sure we have a Hershey's City. Yo, this crazy. We talking about 1800s. He said, I'm gonna have a Hershey City, and we gonna sell this stuff called chocolate. Americans hadn't even been up on chocolate, much less milk chocolate. That didn't even exist at the time. So the way Hershey's thought, and I was just like, yo, artists and like my crowd can really learn from this. Hershey's had the idea to go through, create a city that was just for the people that work at Hershey's with all the state-of-the-art technology. I think at the time they had just came up with electricity. So he's like, yo, I want the whole city with electric. I want plumbing. I want everything to make it comfortable for everybody that works at my factory, which is electric as well, to live, and they be good. Like, they don't want to go nowhere else. You work at Hershey's, you stay in Hershey Town, all this stuff. So he gets scientists coming in. Keep in mind, he had blueprints for the city before the product existed. There was no Hershey's chocolate. It was just an idea. He was like, yo, we could do this. So he get architects, everybody going through blueprints. We talking about everything too. He wanted to build the city in the middle of a cow pasture. So we talking about like creating roads. We talking about figuring out a supermarket. Like, of course, supermarket of the 1800s, whatever. But we talking about somebody that's creating a full ecosystem just for a brand. Artists. I'm going to bring it to y'all. How many of y'all have had a dream or idea big enough to sell to somebody else, right? And show proof of concept before you even start doing the joint? Like, before you even start building out the project, or before you even start building out the marketing strategy, how many of y'all had the end of the plan already worked out before you even started? That's what Hershey's did, yo. That's crazy. Like, so, all right, let me wheel it in. I'm getting too excited. So, for that, I want to make sure we talk about creators capitalizing on their ideas, right? I think I heard Derek Grace say on one of the other podcasts that every idea is an idea. He gonna jump and start everything. Like, no idea is wasted. Now, I think that could be a little bit problematic sometimes because you don't want to waste money on the idea for scraping off gum on the bottom of shoes and selling it. Like, come on, like, be realistic. But capitalizing on your ideas. Make sure that you're flushing out. And when I say flushing out, give every idea a chance. Let it run its course. Let it, what the preachers say, permeate. Let it permeate in your mind and really try to work it out before you throw it away. Because I know a lot of creatives, I'm one of them too. I've been there. A lot of us creators can kind of get in the bag of, oh yeah, that was dumb, I'm going to trash it. I even said that about beats. Like, I'd be like, yo, an artist, shouts out to Carlita. Yo, an artist will shoot me a record back and I'd be like, yo, you killed it, but that beat trash. And I produced the beat. So it's just like, yo, give everything a chance. Let people collaborate with you on building the idea. I said that plenty of times on every podcast I've said that before. But let the idea breathe, right? Now, let's bring this into today's time. Hold on. And we're back. All right. So let's talk about artists mastering their craft. Because I posted it sometime this week that I want to make sure that everybody that's kind of in the creative space, make sure that they hone in on what it is they're good at. Don't just skate across certain things. Like, I look at, let's use Michael Jordan for instance. He's always the best example. MJ this, yo, MJ got shoes. Like, okay, let's just use MJ for example. I remember what they say during the MJ. I love docs. If y'all didn't know, documentaries, I love them joints. But I remember they were saying that, you know, MJ wasn't the best athlete at Carolina, but he eventually got there from working. Everybody done went home from the practice round, from practicing. They done went home. George's still in there free throwing. He get off. He go to the dorm room, sleep for a little bit. He go back to the gym before everybody get there. Practicing again, mastering the craft. I think a lot of musicians, I say some artists because y'all can kind of play it off. Y'all slick too. But a lot of musicians, especially in today's time where you feel like you got to continue to put more and more music out over and over, you lose the quality, you lose the thought that goes into giving people a work of art, right? So I think we should make sure we hone in on what it is we're good at, for one. For two, make sure that joint is flawless. Like, if you think you've taken your craft to the extreme, like the end, it's probably still another step or something else that you could do to make it even that much more better. Do all of it before you give it to people, and document it. Make sure you document everything. I tell this to everybody that I coach. People won't buy something if they don't know the story behind it, right? Especially now. Like, you can't just get out here and say, I'm gonna start selling t-shirts, and then it's gonna sit on the site. The reason is, don't nobody know about your t-shirt. Don't nobody know nothing about you. Why are you selling t-shirts? Did you go broke? Are you trying to hustle something up right quick? Is it the knockoff shirts, like the Biggie and Pac shirt? Like, what are you doing selling t-shirts? Now, what if you said, I'm selling t-shirts to benefit abused dogs at the shelters. A portion of my earnings will go towards housing all of these dogs so they have a better way of life. More people will probably buy that t-shirt that fast. Don't be lying about it. Like, don't make up a cause. But, like, just really think about it. That's the reason why I came up with the No More Starving Artists 501c3. Like, it's all about trying to help artists, help creators. That's why I started the MAD Lucrative Podcast. Help creators, help them get XYZ. I know what it's like to not be up on your credit. I know what it's like to be broke. I know what it's like to just not pay attention to regular everyday things because you're pursuing art. Like, I know that. I know the feeling. So that's why the MAD Lucrative Podcast is here. Like, we're all about educating artists into a space of control, right? Because a lot of us artists get had for the creative control. A lot of us artists have to do certain things for the check. Like, everything that I talk about is because I've lived it. So, all right, second part. I told you I had a lot to talk about. Second part of this, how to build relationships. Make sure you build relationships with outside people. And when I say outside people, people that's not in your industry. Case in point, if you're a rapper, right? Let's use that. If you're a rapper, why would you be friends with more rappers? Like, that makes no sense. Be friends with the people that's in other industries, like the automobile industry or the housing industry, or what else? The construction industry. It sounds the same, but it's different. The reason for this is this. If you're friends with people in other industries, they can help push you into other spaces, whether that's mentally or financially or educationally, that you would otherwise not know about. Like, all of these things help you build your character. It helps you be able to pull from different places when you're trying to be creative. Like, that's why we get a Jay-Z that did the 444 and talked about stocks and talked about investments and doing real estate and what else he talked about? Paintings and all of that stuff and flipping. Like, that's how we get that. That's how we get Pharrell's and all of the people that started to come up with the clothing, like Kanye and all that stuff. Like, we get that from those people being in other industries, being friends with them, learning, oh, that's what y'all do? Oh, cool. I think I could do that too. Next, know the difference between an opportunity and a gig. All right. The best way I could put this is my church musicians. Again, I've been everywhere. I've done all of this before. So I would listen to me if I were you. I'm not being cocky either. I'm just saying. Church musicians are regular club gig musicians. This is the deal. A lot of people outside of our musician club know how to sell us on, yo, you should do this gig because so-and-so going to be here. They try to disguise it as an opportunity so they can get you for the bottom dollar, right? So if your normal going rate is, let's say for a band, a dope band, the normal going rate is $1,600. Let's say that. And you get somebody that you sing, let's put them on the gram. Because the gram influences everything. So let's put them on the gram. You found somebody on the gram that had like 300,000 followers and that keeps activity going back to back to back. They gonna tell you, look, I can book you. I want to book you for my event, but I only got like half of what you charge. I got $800 I can pay you. In that case, y'all, that's a gig. It's a gig. I'm not saying don't do it, but don't go into it thinking that you're going to come up and it's going to be a life-changing situation just because it is who it is. Now, I will say there are some cases where you might slip up on the gig. You might slip up on a gig and an opportunity presents itself. All right, let's change it. Somebody says they want to book you for an event. You know they got receipts from being at the White House. They book events for the White House. You see it all on the gram. We still on the gram. You see it all on the gram. They book events for the White House, and they want you to come do the gig, but it's for free. You see how that feel? Now free is not necessarily devoid of payment. Free might be, all right, I'll pay for you to come to DC. I'll pay for your food. I'll pay for your hotel. I'll even pay you in tips, right? But we can't pay you necessarily your normal going rate because this is actually a charity event. right? Now, think about the quality of person that's going to be at that venue while you're performing. In my book, that is a opportunity. That's not just a gig. Like you going to that joint blazing. Have your cards. Don't go in there with merch. They might not want you to sell merch. But have your cards. Study up on different conversations that those type of people have, whether it's congressmen, judges, all that. Study up on what it is that they're interested in so you can have a intellectual conversation. Because from my experience, when you get in those spaces and they see that you can hold your own in conversation, you probably gonna get booked to do a $10,000 gig later on, a $100,000 gig, or you might do an inauguration. You might do the presidential ball. You might do any of that from that one situation that you did for free. That's an opportunity. See the difference? All right, next thing. Know your market and how to properly evaluate yourself. What I mean by this is know what everybody else is charging. And this is more so for like I'm gonna say my singers, my producers, some of my managers. This is important because you don't want to make sure you don't want to go into a situation and lose the opportunity that we just talked about, right? So let's say you met somebody that was at that party that worked at Universal. You don't know that they work at Universal. You just know that they work somewhere big. But this person works at Universal. They say, hey, I want you to come through and just do this song for me. Can you produce a song for me for this commercial? And you say, yeah, I'll do it. They say it's for a network. You say, yeah, of course. Then they tell you it's for ABC. Don't go to these folks and say, yeah, I need $100,000 for that song. That's not your market going rate. You're not Quincy Jones. You're not Timbaland. You're not Rodney Jerkins. You're not Dr. Dre. You're you. Look at what the average going rate is for that business in that market and then price yourself accordingly. Now, I will say with social media, it changes a little bit, right? It changes because you bring a little bit of value to the table. You bring somewhat of a recognizable name. So that changes your value a little bit. But know how to evaluate yourself. Don't go in there overpricing something, lose the gig. Now you broke. Because you should have just said 10 grand. You could have said 10 grand, had that 10 grand in your account the next week. You good. You can survive for another month or 2 or 3 months, however you live. Next, last thing, build your business and not a hobby. I feel like that's self-explanatory, but for some people, let me break it down. When I say build a business and not a hobby, let me go back to a story. I'm gonna put me into the equation. I remember I had to go back way back too. I remember in, let's say, middle school. I feel like I've always been serious about music, but I remember in middle school where I was just playing pretty good. I was playing piano pretty good, and I started to want to collect certain things, right? like I want to play keyboard. Now I want to play drums. I want to play bass guitar. I want to play a trumpet. I tried the trumpet. I failed horribly on the trumpet. But anyway, I want to try all these things. Wasn't mastering nothing. Felt like I mastered it, but no, didn't really master it. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. When you're doing that and not making a bag, it's a hobby. If you're rapping and you're not making no money, you're not getting no traction, you're not building an audience, you don't have visuals, you don't have a budget to even put towards anything, sir, ma'am, that's a hobby. Don't trick yourself into thinking that, yeah, I got this business. I got this business doing XYZ and I'm a rapper doing this. You're not a rapper yet. You're aspiring to be a rapper. But you work at Target. You work at McDonald's. Don't take nothing by my examples. But I'm just saying, like, if you're really trying to do something, be strategic. Build a marketing plan, build a network of people, find out what venues you could even perform at. Find out where you can sell your music. Online might not be your space. Your space actually might be in person at some of these pop-up shops. Figure out different ways to market it. You might market your music inside of a just random cupcake. Yeah, I got this SD card in the middle of the cupcake, but as soon as you bite into the cupcake, it's going to be an SD card in there. You pull the SD card out, put it in your system, let me know what you think about that music. Somebody going to be looking at you like, yo, buddy, weird as hell, but like, that's pretty dope. You got a SD card in the middle of a cupcake. Like, who would have thought of that? Stuff like that. Be different. Think outside of the box. Make sure you put forth a lot of effort into the marketing and learning your audience instead of just doing music. Do 5 songs a night, put it out on iTunes, and 10 people stream it. That's not being a business person. That's being a hobbyist. You want me to be real? You want me to be real? Next up, we got action. Let's get it.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, we got Son G in the building.
How's it going?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I just finished doing like an educational segment for the artists. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a little bit educational, but
Good.
nevertheless, how was your workout, sir?
Oh yeah, it was good, man. It was really good.
I know you ain't think I was going to expose you on.
Yeah, no,
On the pod.
I mean, hey, it's nothing bad about it. You know, you were working out your brain. I was working out the muscles, man.
Oh, getting ready for the ladies.
Yeah, that and just get off my ass and do something, I guess.
Yeah, I feel you. But nevertheless, you feeling good?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling great. How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. So
Good.
so to start your segment, right? Because I just posted this on the book. you know I'm always on the bullshit. I'm always on that.
Yeah.
But I was on the book and I noticed a difference. Like, how is it on the gram? I'll get like 200, 300, 500, 800 likes. Yeah. 800 likes, comments back to back. Post the same thing on Facebook.
Yeah.
2 likes, 3 comments. And I said, wow, this shadow banning is funny to me. So
So you really do think you got shadow banned, huh?
I kind of feel like I have got shadow banned, at least on the book, not on Instagram, but on the book.
Yeah.
I feel like, because you remember the whole thing after I posted about Biden with the vax and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, Facebook will just shut you down real fast.
So you feel like it's a thing? Because I was
for
just
sure.
joking.
I mean, no, I've seen people just get banned from like certain groups that I'm in, just like for saying even something remotely like offensive, and it's not even like offensive. It's just like you can say a fact about Biden or he did something, and they'll just like outright delete your post or even go as far as like put you in timeout. You're like, what the hell?
But is that so? Okay. Maybe I'm digging too deep too. Maybe I'm digging. But do you feel like that is a form of freedom of speech when you post?
Oh, extremely.
Right?
Yeah, of course it is.
So is it freedom? Do we actually have freedom of speech still?
Not online. Not really online, no. You have some apps like I know Telegram, the CEO of Telegram posted this big announcement. He was like, look, I see a lot of apps just outright like banning people.
Yeah.
or just, I mean, completely censoring. Like, I mean, you saw the Nicki Minaj stuff, right?
Yeah, I forgot
How
about that.
Twitter
Yeah.
straight up just deleted her, and she was just like, "Hey, whatever. I'm not going to use the app anymore. It's you really can't say shit,
Hold up,
and then you'll get deleted."
they deleted Nikki off of Twitter?
I don't know about deleted, but they banned her. Yeah,
Wow.
for at least a bit. She might be back up now, but I mean, I saw an audio clip, and she was like, "I'm not using Twitter again, man. This is fucking nuts."
Wow. That's crazy.
And yeah, I mean, she was, her rebuttals were a little more, not harsh, but a little more,
Well, she said
getting into it.
she said something about like her cousin's dick or something was messed up because the vaccine.
Yeah, she said her cousin, okay, this is like the whole thing where it's like her cousin's boyfriend's aunt, uncle. So like her cousin's friends took the vaccine, and then apparently his balls swelled up to like, I don't even know what. I don't know if she said baseball or what. And then his wife left him, or his fiance left him, because he got so fucked up from this vax. Which, I mean, it happens. Like, you get adverse effects with any medication.
So okay, and I know I know y'all be like, we keep getting on the vax, but I'm just saying, okay, so
well, it's
are they saying that
super huge topic.
Well, are they trying to say that it's not a fact? Are they saying that she's lying, or what are they trying to say?
Oh yeah, no, they tried to shoot her down a lot. I mean, everyone just started attacking her like ants, and then they had like CNN sent reporters to, like, I guess not like harass, but to just like, look, yeah, I guess kind of harass her cousin. And then she posted what they were saying to her cousin on Twitter, and they were like, you just dox these poor reporters. They're just doing their job. How dare you? And it's like, dude, they're like coming after her cousin now, trying to get the story or like delete him. I'm like, dude, if I was the cousin, I wouldn't say shit. I wouldn't put my name out there at all, man. You're liable to get, I don't know, fucking silence or some shit.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's stuff like that, like, yeah, Telegram, as I was saying, the CEO of Telegram was like, look, there's going to be none of that shit here. You can post whatever you want.
Okay,
within reason. You can't post like straight up murder or like something illegal, but you can have an opinion and say whatever you want, and that's okay.
So tell me this, because I know like a lot of the people that run like our media department over at the pod, they use Telegram. So what is we completely off subject. I promise we're gonna get back. Well, what is Telegram? Because I don't really get it.
So Telegram isn't really a social media. It's more of a take like how you can go and join groups on Twitter, and you can do like the group calls and stuff, or if you know what Discord is. So it's really just a bunch of channels. So you can join a channel, and anybody in the entire channel can say whatever they want or post whatever they want, and then have discussions in like sub channels and stuff. It's a lot like Discord, just on a way lower level. So it's not social media. You don't have a page. You can. It's like a Kick. It's exactly like a Kick. If you ever had a Kick.
I don't know what that. It's like a kick of coke.
Like no, it's like KI. It's. I mean, if that's what the Kick you want to join, man. No, it was KIK, and it was the same thing. You could join a bunch of channels, share whatever you want, post links, pictures, share content, or whatever you want. So that's the same with Telegram. You can also join like voice channels and stuff.
So
Telegram was just an immediate like group messaging system.
Got you. That's what I was gonna say. So it's like a big text message group.
Oh, it's like a big IM. It's like a big, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of how like back in the day but think of that, but with groups instead of just one person.
Got you. So, okay, so mark that off the list. Shadow ban is real.
Oh, for sure. There's no joke about it. I mean, you can get a friend to try to search your name, and your name won't come up. Your page is still there, but they can't find it unless they search your exact name and then hit enter. Okay,
so if somebody wanted to search Mad Lucrative Podcast and they just say Mad Lucrative and I'm shadow banned, they won't be able to find it.
It's not going to come up at all. They have to type your exact like at and then whatever your handle is, and then they hit like go to this. Otherwise, it just won't come up.
That's gangsta, B. I like it. That's gangsta. I need to shadow ban all y'all. Nah, I'm playing.
It's your new album, man. Called Shadow Ban.
Shadow ban. All right, so next topic, Sean.
Yeah.
So I know you saw it. It's hot. It's hot. 9,000 Haitian immigrants at the Texas border.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I see. Okay, and y'all know I try not to get into the Republican talk. I try not to, cause I
Hey,
do have a heart.
this is both sides talk, man.
Right, I have a heart. I have a heart. So on one hand, I understand that it's a large group of people trying to seek refuge, trying to get
Of course.
into a safe space. Um, but on another note, I see a lot of politicians that try to. So all the shit that they did with Trump, right?
Oh yeah.
All of the back and forth. He's trying to kill. He's trying to kill the Mexicans. He's trying to kill everybody that comes to the
Yeah.
line. He want to kill them. He want to build the wall. What the heck? Like all of this. Okay. So
I can give you
what's
a good perspective if you want.
please?
So I was in high school. Like I was just leaving senior year when he was like first taking office.
Okay.
So, or yeah, pretty much. No, yeah. Senior year, I think he was in office or he was just becoming in office.
Okay.
And so, I like was graduating. I kept my eyes open because like I like to, me and you both kind of have this energy where we like wait and listen. We don't
Right.
want to just
Right.
dive into something and then express an opinion. Like we want to actually see what's going on,
Right. Exactly.
so you get the real picture. Because like I will change my mind instantly if I'm corrected,
Right.
Which
Exactly.
is that's what humans are supposed to do. Like if you're presented with facts or evidence, you
change
it's
your
not
mind.
like,
Go with it. Yeah.
you can't put pride into it, because like if you're proven wrong, wouldn't you want to know the right answer? Like that just
Yeah.
makes you better. It doesn't
Yeah.
make you, oh, you were wrong, you idiot. Like no, you can't think of it like that.
Exactly.
And if someone makes you think like that, then they're just being a dick. Like, it's like, oh, what are you, a know-it-all? Sorry.
Exactly.
So I remember he became president and that whole like huge, like the mudslinging and it just wouldn't stop. I remember that was so heavy on both sides. I was like, dude, this isn't even
Oh
like
yeah, that's
politics
right. Because
anymore.
they didn't like him. The Republicans even didn't like that mud.
Oh, dude, yeah, no,
Yeah, I remember
and that's all
that.
it was. It wasn't even like actual. Like you had to look for the policies because there was just so much mudslinging. Like, oh fuck this guy, fuck he's doing this. You don't want to. I'm like, can we like actually just see what they want to do? Like the
Right.
plans they want to.
Right.
That's all it is nowadays. It's so. That's all it is. It's just like, oh, you don't want to. He believes in this. It's like I don't care what he believes. What is he gonna do?
Right. Right.
And for 4 years, everyone was like, he's gonna kill all of these people. He's going to take away these rights. He's going to do, and like it never happened.
Right.
I didn't see it. I don't know what, and like I
Where
waited.
y'all getting
I
it
listened.
from? Where y'all getting it from?
Exactly. And I'm like, if you just turn off the TV and go to the store and look at the prices of your groceries or look at the price
Yeah.
of your gas,
Yeah.
and you can still go do whatever you want. You can go to the library. You can go to the store. You can go vote on anything you want. I'm like, where are the rights that are being taken away here?
Right.
And I know that I'm not a minority, so it's not
Right.
like I would see it. But I asked around. I'm like, what do you think about this? And they're like, I don't really care. I feel like when he was president, no one really gave a shit. Except for,
Right.
you go on Twitter, it's a fucking war zone. But you go on
In real
just
life.
anybody else. Yeah, real life, everyone was just chilling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the last 4 years was just, you turn on
Yeah.
the TV, you literally cannot hear any other word that starts with a T.
Right.
But if you turn off the TV and go outside, no one gives a fuck.
Well, see, and the thing is this. The thing is this, Sean. Okay, because I'm like you. I'm going to listen to both sides. I'm gonna think about it. Then I'm gonna make my conclusion.
What do you mean unlike me?
No, like you listen to both sides. You
Oh, I
listen.
thought you said unlike you. I was like, well, hold on.
No.
I
Like
was
you.
like, damn.
But okay. So if it was such a big thing with him in office, now fast forward for all of those that might be watching this late. This is Tuesday, 21st, 2021. I'm reading, it says NAACP demands meeting with Biden on treatment of Haitian refugees.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's the difference? all the demands, all the meetings and all that stuff that was had then. And please, if y'all know something different, correct me. I'm open to it. Y'all can call me whatever you want to call me. But what's the difference between what's going on now, how it looks, and then what it looked like with Trump wanting to build the wall? Like, is it different, or is it kind of somewhat of the same?
So think of it this way: even though when he was building the wall, you could still come in. You just had to do it legally,
Yeah.
I mean, and there were still coyotes, chucking kids over, and they're being separated because they like leave them here.
You sound a little bit muffled, bro.
Huh? Oh, I do. Oh, hold on.
All right.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Yeah, sometimes my phone gets real weird. But yeah, like there were still people trafficking people, to and from. That's still happening now.
Right.
Probably not really anymore because like they're wide open now. But before, oh man, I know you're gonna get into it. It's crazy. But before, you could still get in legally. A lot of them weren't because you have to have your papers in check, your address, where you're coming from. A lot of people were so displaced. They don't have that. And that's why, I did feel bad. Everyone felt horrible. But, what are you going to do? That's someone from a completely different country with their own completely different story trying to get into this one. I'm like, which is good. America is supposed to. That's what the Statue of Liberty stands for.
Right.
The torch in the night, for refugees. That's what we were back then.
I never knew that.
That's what the Statue of Liberty stands for because, we're supposed to be the land of refugees. I mean, we all came here to get away from tyranny, right?
Right.
So that's what people still do today.
Okay.
And I like that. I am super for people coming in, and this is what anyone will tell you, and they get demonized for saying it, but yes, please come in. And do I think it should be an easier process? I do. I really do.
Right.
You have some Canadians that still can't even get American citizenship.
Exactly.
So it has nothing to do with where they're coming or what race. People from France are still having trouble coming over.
Right.
Like if you're rich, you could just, you bypass every law when you're rich.
You can go to the moon.
Citizen,
you can go to the moon and be rich.
you can go to space if you're rich now.
So
proven.
I mean, I'm wondering though, okay, and I know a lot of people slam me for it, but I'm trying to understand, and maybe you can help me understand it.
Yeah.
How is it that everybody's cool with us having all of the restrictions for us going to Canada? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Us going to all of these other countries, and they like, yo, nah, if you over here legal, we gonna lock your ass up.
Yep.
But coming over here, it's just like, yo, do what you want to do.
Oh yeah.
You want to get it? You want a business? Oh yo, let me hook you up with 100,000 right quick. Oh, you want this house?
You and these fucking Cambodians.
Yo, I'm gonna let it go. I promise. I'm let it go. I love
you and these
Cambodia. I love you. I love y'all. But
I don't even know where it is.
Don't get me started because you're gonna be like, yo, that's racist. Don't say that. But
that's another podcast.
Yo, but I feel like everybody gets to pass.
Extremely. Like you can. Especially the travel ban was just lifted. I have a lot of foreign friends who are like, oh, I know where I'm going now. I'm going to come visit at the U.S. It's like, you can just come in. And they're like, yeah, of course. They lifted the ban. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we can't. Like what you said, you try to go to, oh, God, like France right now. You try to go to anywhere. You can go, but you're going to, if you don't show up with either your vax passport or a test that proves that you already tested the day before this flight.
Exactly.
They will hold you for 2 weeks.
Bend over. Let me test you.
Oh my God! Yeah, China.
Let me do a chest. Let me do a booty check. Let me do a booty search and make sure that
and it's not fake. I saw an instructional video from the airport in China, and they were like, "Yep, you just bend over and you get swabbed in the butthole," and that's not for me.
No.
Yep. Really? I think it was to deter. I think it's to deter people from coming in and out. They're like, "Look, you want to leave? Gotta get this up your ass."
Wow.
Because and I'm like, no way in hell do you need to do that. Honestly, we don't even need to do the nose things.
Yo,
you just need to swab the back of the throat. It's connected to the nose.
Talking about the
So
nose molestation.
yeah, I mean, you don't need. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, look, I'm not a doctor, so maybe someone could explain it to me. I wish somebody would. But the back of the throat is connected to the nose. If it's not in the nose, then it won't be in the throat either. It doesn't make any sense why they can't just test there.
Yeah,
I don't know why they got to go up in your damn brain. It feels like.
Okay. All right. So switch lanes a little bit to
Yeah.
talk about getting brain, dating.
Another kind of getting brain.
So dating, okay, cause I I love to just sit and listen to conversations and just assess. I just sit and assess all the time. So I hear a few of the youngins, they out there rolling up a little bit, smoking, and they just having a light conversation like, yo, is it hard for y'all to approach women now with the mask stuff going on? And I thought about it. I was like, yo, I felt bad for you, bro, because you're in that 23, early 20s range. And I remember me at 23, boy, I was knock him down.
It's definitely awkward now.
So because y'all that don't know, Sean did see a little hottie. I'm putting your business out in the street. He saw a little hottie at Dunkin' Donuts, yo. And she was, and he was like, yo, I gotta go back to see her. So I'm like, no, you know what? I'm gonna ride up there with you to see what she looked like in the face and in the waist, and I'm gonna make this assessment.
I've never heard that.
If she's, look, we used to say bang audible. I made that word up. See if she's bang audible for the evening. But anyway, how are you meeting women now? Because it's like everything's kind of open, but when you get there, you got your mask on, and then like she don't want you to talk to her, so
it's it's really weird. Like a lot of events anyway right now are like Vax card only. Like you can't go to a concert or like a con without it. So a lot of people just aren't going. And not just that, but and then you have another fourth of the people aren't not going because they're just afraid of COVID anyway. So that kind of like all events this year have been super shortened down. Not only that, but even bars, like a lot of bars have like max capacity limits.
Okay.
I've been to a bar with a friend recently, and people just come with their friends. They don't come to meet people anymore. They're just too fucking afraid. And I don't get it. I'm not. I can still go out with friends and stuff. It's just it's definitely made it like 5 times harder, if anything, because nobody wants to talk to you.
Yeah, that's
because you're coming up with you look like a fireman. You're coming up with a mask. They're like, what are you here to? What do you want, man? They can't read your face. All they can see is your eyes. So if you don't have good I don't know, good expression on only the top half of your face, they have no idea what you want. It has helped a little bit because if a dude has a bad smile, he eliminates that now with a mask.
Yeah, because you can't see the teeth.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
It's definitely kind of made everyone more curious on what everyone looks like. So in that department, so it's helped and it's hurt.
Yeah, I low-key got a perv mind because I was just like, yo, the first thing I was thinking like, yo, she could be like what you call them chicks, mistresses.
Oh no!
What you call them?
Yeah, I mean, what are you talking about?
The chicks that be spanking and all that stuff. And I'm like, yo, I'm a Scorpio, y'all, so don't judge me. But I was just like, yo. Ooh, she probably sexy up underneath that mask. She probably look bad butt naked with the mask on.
This is some strange COVID porn idea.
I was like, yo, ooh, I bet she dope with it. It's just my imagination can go anyway. It don't take nothing for my imagination to just go there. So I mean, how can you? So I'm assuming. Okay, so do you have to meet the woman now online first before meeting in person?
I've definitely
with
met
the
a lot more women online. Yeah, in the past, like since 2020 started. Yeah,
okay.
it's pretty much been like all online now. And even then, they'll talk to you for like a couple, like a week, and then they just don't follow up. They
Really?
just don't want to. Yeah, I mean, well, this just happens all the time. That's just with dating apps, dude. Because sometimes they always want something else. I mean, I've had people just straight up ask for money before, and I'm like,
Okay.
what are you doing on here? Like, what do you
Okay.
want?
What's your sign, Sean?
Huh?
December. What's your sign? I know it's in
Yeah, I'm a
December.
Sagittarius.
You're a Sagittarius. Okay, let me break it down. What I think you should do as a Scorpio.
Okay.
You should try this and see what they say, and you be like, "Yo, it worked. I bagged her."
All right. What
So,
do I say?
okay, idea, just idea. Y'all, they probably gonna slam me for it. But what if, what if you like, yo, say the absolute nastiest thing
Oh
possible,
man,
like the most, the most degradingest thing possible to get a response. After she
to
gets,
get blocked.
yo, you gonna probably she won't block you first. It's gonna be some level of response involved.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
let's say out of 10 you get one. so so
All right.
so the one responds, and then you completely change the conversation and go to just the most wholesomest down home response after that possible. Look, I apologize. I'm sorry I had to say something to get your attention because you're so
Yeah.
beautiful. You're so beautiful. I had to get your attention, but now that I got your attention, I ain't mean nothing about what I just said. How are you? My name is Sean. You feel me? That's gangster, boy.
Does that work for you? I
Yo,
mean, look, you know what?
yo,
I'm gonna try that just for you, okay?
please try it. Now,
I'm gonna try
now,
that a bunch.
disclaimer. It's-
Disclaimer: I'm joking.
Yo,
I
yo.
definitely will not do this tonight.
yo, if you do it, please record it. Like, you gotta record it. That's content. We need
I'll
that.
screen yes. I definitely won't screen record it.
But nevertheless, y'all, please clap it up for Sean. Clap it up for Sean. We got a lot of ideas floating. Cause we just have a lot of conversations. Like we were talking about 1800s, then we'll talk about some dang on Comic Con shit, and then we'll talk
Oh
about
yeah.
asses. Like we talk about everything. So
I mean, we went through like 6 different subjects right now.
yeah, I'm random. I told y'all that I'm random. But Sean, let them know how they can reach out to you. As always.
Oh yeah. My Instagram's good. That's about it. I have a Twitter, but I'm never on it, so I still use Twitter. Nikki's not on it, man. There's no point.
Oh, Nikki ain't on there no more. But anyway, bro, appreciate you, dog. I'ma holla at
I
you.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, peace.
Peace. Yo. If I'm not directed, our conversation can go everywhere. But nevertheless, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this pod. I got a few things I want to talk about before we end it. We are offering, let me pull it up right quick so I don't give y'all wrong information. We are offering a free witness life coaching pod Sunday at 7. We're going to go from 7 to 9. Again, this is like a witness life coaching. So, that differs from what I do because I'm actually bringing in the specialist, Raheem Kayshawn. Yes, sir. Dope. Very dope. Very dope. But I'm concerned. I see a lot more people shooting. I see a lot more people interested in illegal activity just to get by. I see a lot of random activity too. Like, I know we've always had crime on some level, but right now it's a little crazy. And I started this pod talking about the mental health of people. I know we got a lot going on. I know we got a lot of unresolved issues, and COVID just accelerated the attention for violence, the need for attention, because you can't talk to people relationships, all that stuff. So again, we got this free life witnessing coach program pod going on Sunday. Clap it up. So between now and then, if you want to sign up, I will have the registration down at the bottom. I am going to have a flyer going out probably early this week, so y'all can sign up for it. We are recording, so if you're not comfortable with kind of being transparent, don't call. Just tune in, share the live. It will be entertaining, but it will be refreshing to get some type of resolve for people. I want to make sure that we tap into the emotional health of people because it's needed. Like, y'all see what's going on. Y'all see everything on the news, whether it's with the vax, whether it's with the Haitian folk, what's going on now, whether that's with your own family situations that you can't find closure for. We're here to help you resolve those things. So again, Sunday, it is a free pod. We're here to help. So make sure y'all join. And until then, this has been the Mad Lucrative Podcast, and I am your gracious host, Magneto 7. Love y'all, man. Peace.